Sorry, I was on mute. Hello. It's Friday in real life. Kind of Friday in the Panelverse too, because there's a lot that happens specifically on Friday. Or there used to be. I think Easy still does his verbal combat. Speaking of verbal combat, I got some drama myself. But first, let's look at the news. Dozens of Iranian missiles struck near Israel. So Iran and Israel fight each other, and Lebanon and stuff. Um, Khomeini says Iran won't back down. Israel won't last long. Wow. Okay. Top European court rules nations must recognize legal gender changes. EU nations must recognize legal gender changes across the bloc. Gives a whole new meaning to Becky from the block. Hey, peace. Alright, let me see if I have tweets. Oh, by the way, this is open panel. I had a late start today. I was watching another Gen X movie, Wild at Heart by David Lynch. We were definitely the rebel generation. And our heroes were anti-heroes. I'm going to be watching, I think what I'm going to start doing is a few hours of streaming, a movie, streaming, movie, etc. I think I want to break it up that way because I'm really I'm liking this Gen X immersion that I'm doing and getting in touch with the Gen X roots and what it means to be Gen X. What is Gen X? What is our identity, our nurture? Because each generation has its own. You even see some of the safetyism in Wild at Heart at the end, with a kid, with the main character has a kid of her own, and she sees something that reminds her of the stuff that her and Nicolas Cage just went through, and so she wants to protect him. Around. She's like, "Oh, don't look, honey," and so she's protecting her kid from stuff that she and her generation went through, and so you already see that kind of stuff starting. Plus, her whoever's in the back, your camera is flashing on and off very quick. I don't know what's going on. And so after this, I'll probably be watching Drugstore Cowboy, which is another Gen X film that I forgot about. Actually, that was '89, just before '90. And it's, speaking of the fentanyl crisis, it's Matt Dillon, Kelly Lynch. They're addicts that knock over pharmacies to get their drugs to get high. Hey, Joe. Um, Yeah, I don't think I have any new tweets. But there is, I was panel surfing today. I make the joke that I cannot turn on a panel without hearing my name. And today, Hebrew Hammer was live. And I'm like, okay, I'll go check out Hebrew real quick. I noticed Zat was on. Zatuichi. It's Tucci that comes here. And so I pull up the stream and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to hear my name on this. But I was just like joking to myself. It wasn't 2 seconds, and my name starts. And Hebrew says something like, "Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you about. I wanted to ask you about Jeff. And did we talk about that?" And I'm like, "Whoa! I just pulled up the stream, and I'm already hearing my name." And Zad says something like, "Yeah, how he's been asking for money." And then Hebrew starts cutting out, and so it was very choppy. But apparently, there's some kind of drama now with me asking for money. If I had to translate, because a lot of YouTubers monetize. I mean, I've made it very clear about this being my career and a full-time job. I try to put in 8 hours a day. I don't feel bad asking for donations to keep it going. This is how it operates. Plenty of YouTubers like grift way more than I do, if you even call this a grift. I don't want anybody supporting this channel that A, can't afford it, and B, doesn't want to out of their own intrinsic motivation. I just have like a little tip jar. If people want to throw something in, It's appreciated. I don't push it. I have my um, peer counseling services that I sell. That's where most of my income. That's way more high. What is it? High ticket value or something than the super chats. So I don't know what type of like rumor the gossip mill is trying to start. If that's all they have, like now after all that other drama, I guess they're running low. But um, what I think it is they are complaining because they can't come here and do drama for free. I think that's what they're talking about. Like, I'm charging for the drama now. How dare they can't come on somebody else's channel and hijack it for their own purposes because they pretend to be here for mental health, men's issues, neurodivergence, etc. And they may legitimately be here for that too. But I think they have that little like pit bull on a chain the whole time that secretly wants to come here and confront Mike and whoever else they're fighting with that week because I think that's their therapy. I think Mike and the drama is their mental health, is their coping skills right now. But I don't owe anybody any of that, and so I don't feel bad asking money for it. And if that's drama to you or a story or a narrative you want to run with, feel free. It's not going to bother me. It just makes me like it makes me trust a little less because these are people that come and hang out here and seem fine. And I'm not talking about Zat because Zat really didn't. Zat pretty much said I don't think he talks about it that much. Like, so I'm not worried about Zat. I just found it curious that it even came up as a topic. Speaking, it it's neither one. It's like when you squeeze a rag to get the last little bit of water out. It's like they're squeezing me as content. It just seemed like an odd thing to randomly bring up on a stream. Oh, by the way, I know what I meant to ask you. It was about Jeff and how he's asking for money. That just seemed like a weird thing to randomly bring up. And then they said that, oh yeah, we had talked about it before. So this was like part of an ongoing conversation about this topic. And it was just so weird. Would they can just come on my channel and ask me, or ask me in the comments, or on Discord. You're right. You are right. You are right. You are right. Except that, like I said, I pretty much judge people by what I see when they're on my panel in front of me. That's my primary data. And it when they're in that window, they don't seem like they have these problems. That's the only reason it catches me off guard because it seems like they would just address it with me. Right, and I get that. I think it's the people involved that are doing it that catches me by surprise. It's not the fact that it's happening, it's who actually participates in it. I think it is too. That was like the test market price. It may end up that it's more of a commodity than I realized, and I could bump it up, like Fight Club or something. But that was just the starting price. It's certainly not going to go lower because, like I said, I don't want that to be my main source of profit. I don't want to be a drama merchant. That is more to disincentivize the drama, and apparently it's working because I think that's where some of these like narratives are coming from about me asking for money. I have a website. I have a LLC. It's a single owner LLC here in Washington State. If you are neurodivergent, male, I do men's mental health, so male, neurodivergent, or if you're the parent of a neurodivergent kid, like in high school or college, sometimes those transitions can bring challenges. I can do one-on-one sessions. If you mention your YouTube name or that you heard me on YouTube or saw it on YouTube, I'll give you a YouTube rate. Um, and we have super chats. We have memberships, 99 cents a month. It's you only have to do it once a month for 99 cents. You don't even have to. It's just if you want to. Oh, okay, Joe, cool. Hey, Plasma. Right, that was me. I forgot to switch it over because it bothers me too. That's why I only keep it. That's someone made Kane's Catharsis made that for me as a test, and it was cool enough that I kept it for the opening. I am a peer counselor by profession. This channel draws on my experience as with peer counseling, certainly. But I wouldn't say, and you could say it's a peer counseling channel. I guess I'd have no problem with that. But I wouldn't call it specifically a counseling channel. I call it a mental health channel or a support network or a community hub, like the Nexus, as Joe says. So, yeah, if this is going to be a Nexus, I expect to like this. I'm trying to be capital. We live in a capitalist society. I'm trying to be capitalist. So quit undermining me, people. Let me do my capitalism here. Work with me, not against me. All right, that's I think that's all I have on that. They might still be going. Let me see. I'll even drop the link. Here you go. This is, like I'm if people have a problem with me, just come talk to me. It just makes you look, I don't know, like a little not what you seem when it has to go through all these other people. You're talking to my friends about what about Jeff, this Jeff thing and that Jeff thing. I guess I respect people more that can confront me directly. Right, and we're trying to do membership tiers with additional content, and that's going to be content that I'm going to like work hard. I put work people that actually these are people. This is a person that runs a channel, so he knows what goes into running a channel. This is work. It started out as a hobby, but I put work, I put effort into it to grow it beyond just a hobby to what it is today. It didn't just happen. It was me being here every single day, working it, working these Skreets. This is the new economy. Plus, we're pioneering here. Like, we're learning how to do this so other people can learn how to do this and use their creativity to figure out opportunities for themselves. So it's not even just a me thing. Pretty much all I do is have this little banner running at the bottom, really. And I mentioned drama court when people try to bring drama here, but that's on them, not on me. That's another thing. I tend to get set up for things that other people do because all of the drama trolling, taking money started with the drama crowd when they showed up and started throwing super chats at me for wrenches and stuff like that. And we even had a $10 donation to confront Mike Cerrone, which Mike was a good sport about. And so that came from them. That was not Jeff like initiating any of that. And then so now Jeff has the reputation for taking money for shit that they are the ones that started giving me money for in the first place. Right, like the Cosmic Encounter game that I showed yesterday, which you have it's a hexagon and then each player has their own individual hex. It's their star system. And you attach your hex to the central hex. And that's kind of what I see this as, like a node or a nexus, where if you have like Joe has his stock project, so he bridges his channel and his stock, he has like website, Twitter, all of that, his brand, to this, and he gets a community. I think what I'll do today, okay, well, Web Uncle got you covered, because this is a perfect time to go over the concept of the third place, which I've covered many, many times. In fact, if you go back to my very first podcast on my original channel called New World Chaos that I started with a trans person called Nemo, he introduces the concept of the third place. And from the very start, that was our goal for what we were trying to do here on YouTube. It's a concept from a sociologist called Ray Oldenburg. And a third place has 8 characteristics. A third damn. A third place is the social surroundings, the social environment that is separate from your 2 primary social environments of home, which they call the first place. That's your immediate primary environment, and workplace, which is a second place. So third places can be things like churches, cafes, bars, pubs, nightclubs, libraries, gyms, bookstores, hackers, music stores, etc. Those are Gen X things. They don't really have those anymore. But back then, those were social places. You could hang out at a bookstore or music store for hours and meet other people. Um, he argues that the third places are important for civil society, democracy, civic engagement, and establishing feelings of a sense of place, or what I like to call community. And he gives 8 characteristics that make a third place a third place. Number one, it's neutral ground. The people that come to a third place have no obligation to be there. It is completely voluntary. They are not tied down financially, politically, legally, or otherwise, and are free to come and go as they please. In fact, one things I try to normalize on this channel is dropping off. If you suddenly vanish in a puff of smoke, that's fine. We're going to assume you're taking care of yourself or something's going on, and not make a big deal about it, because people come and go for all kind of reasons here, and I just want that to be normalized. Sometimes it's real life intrudes, sometimes they're triggered, they need to go take a moment, sometimes it's autism, they're overwhelmed, and they don't have to justify or explain every time they leave. And so this is a very voluntary space. Number two, it's a leveling place. There's no hierarchy or status here. I am the dictator, I am head diva in charge, but outside of that, it's as flat of a style as we can make it. Now, if any natural hierarchies form, that's just like inevitable. That's going to happen with the human species. But no one person here is better than any other person. It's kind of like Mardi Gras in New Orleans. It's very Dionysian, because at Mardi Gras, you are in a parade, in a crowd, with every segment of society around you. You're going to have wealthy people, poor people, homeless people, black people, white people, foreign people, all in this little cluster around you, all participating in the same event equally. And I've talked about the Cajun culture before, having no sense of hierarchy. Like we lost our sense of hierarchy somewhere in Nova Scotia, and we became a very egalitarian culture, to the point where even in our language, which is French, Standard French has 2 forms of address: a formal when you're talking to a superior or somebody of rank, and an informal when you're talking to an equal. And in the Cajun French language, we don't have the formal version. It dropped out of our language, and everybody is addressed as the informal you, because there's no sense of hierarchy. So I bring that to this place as well. Conversation is the main activity. Playful and happy conversation. I do try to keep it light. We talked about the flow the other day. I try to keep it flowing around here. It should be I want people to come here and kind of de-stress and be a home away from home. Some of the topics can get contentious and controversial, and that's okay. But the general mood and the tone is, I would say, playful, happy conversation. Accessibility and accommodation is kind of just taken care of by technology today. You can manage your own accommodation needs and your own experience here, which I encourage. There's not really a Karen you can come to complain other than me. And I normally don't babysit people's experience. I allow them to do that for themselves. Also, the regulars. It harbors a number of regulars that help give the space its tone and help set the mood and characteristics of the area. Regulars to the third place also attract newcomers and are there to help someone feel welcome and accommodated. Sometimes there's like a little hazing ritual that happens too. A low profile, they're characteristically wholesome. They're without extravagance or grandiosity. They're unpretentious. They have a cozy feel. That my original one that I ran during COVID was called the back porch, because everybody said it feels like we're hanging out on somebody's back porch. I said, perfect. That's the exact feeling I'm going for. I'm going to call it the back porch. And that's kind of what this is. This is still a back porch production. The mood is playful. It's never marked with tension or hostility. Instead, they have a playful nature where witty conversation and frivolous banter are not common but highly valued. This is true. I would only say that the thing I limit here is the trolling, the malice, the drama, the confrontation, because I have that behind a paywall now. Sometimes the conversation topics can get tense or hostile, or the personalities involved can, and that's okay here. A little bit of that kind of conflict is how a community grows or can grow. But there is a certain type of tension or hostility that I do limit here to keep it within this third place concept. And a home away from home. Occupants will often have the same feelings of warmth, possession, and belonging as they would in their own homes. They feel a piece of themselves is rooted in the space and gain spiritual regeneration by spending time there. Wow, those are strong words. So anyway, that is very much what I started out. Everything I've done for the last almost 5 years online has been attempting to recreate the third places that was doing in person into some online version. So that is what this Nexus is. It is your local Cheers, your local pub, your local coffee shop. What was the Friends coffee shop? Perk, local perk, city perk, something. Um, so bring your project, join it to like the larger pond. You have networking here, you have community, you have support. I have a native. Um, I want to understand more what you're saying here. This is hilarious. uh, well, status is subjective anyway. I've talked about intersubjectivity the other day. There's no objective way. So I prefer sense of status, and your sense of status may be very different than my sense of my status in relation to you. So there's no way to objectively gauge status. It's internal to us. And if you've got to be some better than somebody here, I'm sure you will subjectively find somebody here, many people here. There will be no shortage of people to feel better than, and that will satisfy that status need. That's why I talk all the time about what we're capable of here and the potential and the conversations that I see happen here, and I try to identify them as what I believe is the quality that I'm going for, and then I contrast it with the drama that people bring, and it seems to take that. I'm not going to bring up the chart today, but I have that chart with the green arrows going up and the red arrows going down. And why, if people are capable of something like this, they choose to do the other stuff instead and then act like I'm somehow the one perpetuating it by protecting certain people. Stop. All right. Did I put I think the link is up. I guess those are my recent thoughts. I had an AI conversation going too about something. Um, oh yeah, third wave feminism, because that's another thing that's coming out of these Gen X movies. Is I was friends about the same time. So Slacker, the albums that were so important to me. These kind of movies I'm talking about, Wild at Heart, the Gen X movies that were kind of defining who we are as a generation. In the midst of all of that, I worked. I got a job doing the holiday season at Walden Books in the mall. So I got to work at the bookstore, and it was the coolest place to work. And one of my coworkers was a feminist, and we hit it off really well, and we started hanging out. We became very, very close. We were like best friends, buddies. We did everything together. And in fact, that's the person I moved to Austin with. And she would introduce me to some of the writings, like Simone de Beauvoir, Camille Paglia. I remember she was very into Anais Nin, and she would talk about feminist issues. And this was about a year after third wave feminism started to take off. But so I associate feminism with her, and I'm realizing that she would be what today is considered a second wave feminism, which I actually have no problem with. Like, one of my best friends was a second wave feminist, and we were as close as people could be. And it's this third wave feminism that started with the Riot Girls. It's like I guess that's when the militancy started. The militant activism. It went from advocacy to militancy, because the Riot Girls started here in Washington State, And it was like not only angry about men, but finding, actively looking for as many things to be angry about men as possible. Like completely trying to find ways to reframe everything into the power dynamics and power structures of men over women. It was like a ridiculous neurotic form of feminism. It wasn't practical like the second wave. And Queer Nation started at the same time, which was the activist gay. Those are the people that did not want marriage. They saw heterosexuality itself as an oppressive construct that they were warring against because it was setting a social norm that was causing them to be outcast. And they were very angry about straight people. And they're the ones that popularized the word queer and started to reclaim queer. And so the queer activists of today are descendants from this group that started in the 1990 called Queer Nation, and it was in some of the major cities. But the third wave stuff, the Queer Nation stuff, that kind of activism stuff, did not make its way to where I grew up. So I was thankfully free of those influences. I didn't grow up to be an angry leftist because of that. But that is kind of where angry leftism started, or at least the modern version of it. It started smack in the middle of Gen X. And one thing I'm getting from watching these movies is that we were a very lost generation. There wasn't a lot of guidance, mentorship. We were kind of left to figure it out on our own. And it's okay. It's okay to be lost. Dante talks about in the middle of the journey of my life, I found myself lost in a wood. Finding yourself lost can still be a form of finding yourself. And you are the generation after us, and you're also a lost generation. But we were lost in a different way. We were lost like in the real world, in society, in like meat space, I guess the kids call it. And you're lost in digital world. You are lost in social media space. You're lost in like simulacrum. And we had our media and our movies and all that that made us reality seem a certain way. And it was a romanticized version of probably Bonnie and Clyde and the Wild Ones and all the rebel movies before them, because that's how art works. But I feel like that's one of the things Generation X can offer you. I'm trying to learn three or four things from watching these movies. I'm asking myself several questions. What is Gen X? What does it mean to be in Gen X? What defines us as Gen X? What are the common aesthetics, values, ethos that tie us together? What does Gen X have to offer this future generation, if anything? And what about Gen X are we losing with this future generation? And is Gen X still relevant? Are we aging hippies, or is it possible to still be Gen X in a non-Gen X world? Is there still a place for us even as a subculture? What is Leggy up to today?
So, so I wanted to give you a little bird's eye view of what it's like at the wharf. So these are bags
Wow.
that we keep. This is what we keep baiting. So that's thousands and
I'm
thousands of
excited. Oh,
dollars a
so are
bait.
that's
And then
that's where the lobsters go?
that's the bait shed down there. That's the bed.
Uh-oh. I think you're freezing up a bit. Yeah, the thing I'm realizing about Gen X is rebellious, hedonistic, sex, violence,
That's where they
sadomasochism.
bought.
We were
That's
very intense, a very
that's where they
intense
bought.
generation. Let me see. What goes in those
Down
big
there.
tubs?
This is bait.
That's
This is
all bait?
all fish, all bait. Yeah, all bait.
Wow. I bet it smells pleasant.
See
Hello,
what
other
time?
human.
It's the same time. Same time in the morning. And then down here, this is the buying station. This is where everybody bought. This is where you buy and weigh up your lobsters here.
Wow, this is so cool.
So you'll pull up. You'll pull up down in front of this building out there on the other side there, where you see the opening, either on this side or this side of the heist of the building, and they'll lower the bait down to you. And then like this guy here, they're putting traps on the boat here, doing work,
Those are the
putting traps.
traps.
Yeah. Yeah, these are what these are. I mean, this isn't. I don't know whose it is, but like, look, like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Trap, and then you got cement runners on it.
Oh.
Like this one here, that'd be a heavy trap because it
And
has
so you
cement
take
runners.
the bait and then you load the
So
trap?
you see this thing right here? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
This right here. I don't
Yeah.
know whose trap this is. It's on the wharf, but like that's what we call a bait pocket. So you'll put bait in this. String. We string a red. Put a redfish in the pocket. Put herring in the pocket. String a redfish on. Or we have strings tied in down here, and then we'll string the redfish on and pull it up too.
What kind of soap do you use at home? Is is there some kind of industrial soap you could recommend
What do you mean?
to
What?
your hands to get the smell off?
I just use Dawn. I use Dawn on the boat and wash up with Dawn in the hot water on the boat after I'm done, and then I go home and I just use my regular body wash, and then I take my face scrub that I have. I take that and I put that all over my arms, and usually it helps with the
Oh,
scent.
okay.
Yeah. I don't know
Wow.
what's in them for bait, but it's either herring, a redfish, or a haddock
Oh my
crab.
God. Are you just getting to work, or you just getting off, or you
Oh, I'm
still
done.
at work?
We had 1,200 pounds still. So.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Well, I love this, Leggy. Thank you so
I love
much.
it. I love it out here, though. It's beautiful out here.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. So we come from way that way, out past. We were like
What
20
direct?
miles
We're
out.
looking. That's east. We're looking east.
Yeah, that would be east. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, yeah, that'd be east. That general direction, and then like southeast would be like there. Southwest would be like, uh, let's see, due south would be like this. Southwest would be here. West, north, northwest, northeast.
Wow. Pretty cool. Hey, Abe.
So, yeah. Yes, sir. Beautiful. But I never get to share this part of it. So I see
Yeah,
you
it's
all.
like almost like a live documentary. I love it.
Yeah, I see you were on, so I figured I'd.
Oh, I love the camo too.
Yeah, Remington, buddy. Now I
So
get to
what you
get in
what
my.
you have going today? The rest of your day?
Another thing, I gotta take my kid to my parents to watch her tomorrow, because me and the wife both have to work, and then another fucking thing.
Oh, just a normal weekend. Hopefully.
Well, I gotta work tomorrow, but
Hmm.
other than that. But yeah, other than that, a normal weekend, yes. Very much a normal weekend.
Cool. While we still have
I mean,
those.
most weekends I'm working anyway, so the hell is a weekend? Just another day
He
to me.
hunts lobster, Abe. It's lobster hunting.
No, well, lobster fishing, but close enough.
Drama, you talking about me? That's what I don't know how polite way to say this. That's what low IQ people say about smart people. They call them pseudo intellectual. It's Dunning Kruger. That's probably better what I should have said.
Well, I like giving real world. I
And
what?
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying. I like doing the real world shit, showing
Me
what I
too.
do.
I love
It,
that.
it's interesting.
See, even Abe thinks so. Something keeps drama coming here because they're here every day. So if it's
Well,
not the
look.
pseudo intellectualism, it's something.
I mean, I'll give you the initials of the drama. I mean, you look at where when the drama comes, and you look at who's on your panel when the drama comes. That's
Well,
all you
I'm
can
yeah,
do.
but now they're coming for me. I'm getting my own little drama crowd now.
Well, of course you were. I mean, why wouldn't they? I mean, because you're doing something that's different than what they're doing, and it's just you're starting to make progress where they're just
I
fucking.
don't know why they would want to publicly capture that for the like for themselves. That's not a that's not a good look, like we say in the gay.
Yeah, no, I don't understand.
Maine. He's a lobsterman in Maine.
Sure, sure, and not bad. I mean, I can't complain what I made today. So I made I made what
What's
most people make in a week in a day. So I can't complain.
wow. Yeah, that's pretty good, especially now.
Yeah, yeah, no,
There's
I
some
like it.
sunlight.
Yeah, it's been overcast and foggy all day. Well, actually, I can't say that this morning. It was nice. But
Hey, Tommy, what's up? Does anybody else want to come up? We could get a small little panel going. Otherwise, I'll probably let it go for maybe 20, 30 more minutes and then go do another movie. I think Drugstore Cowboy is next.
drugstore cowboys.
Yeah, did you remember that with Matt Dillon, Kelly Lynch? I
No, I
think it
don't
was
know if I've
Gus
ever
Van
heard of it.
Sant's first movie or one of his first. Another great Gen X director. And
Who?
Gus Van Sant, and and it's about they're like addicts and they have to rob pharmacies to keep
Look, I
getting
know like.
high.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Like even that stuff gets started in Gen X. So I haven't seen it in decades. Oh, he's really flexing his mod power.
Who?
Well, I'm gonna watch it and see how it holds up because I like to go back and rewatch old movies. Especially, I'm on a Gen X kick now because I want to like find out what I can transfer to the present because I feel like that is what I have to offer more than anything else. Is
So, what was the generation after X?
it was millennial, and it's
Is
the
it
ones
millennial?
that kind of came of age with the computer being normal,
Well,
internet
see, this is
connection,
where
social
see
media,
it's hard.
and also around 9/11. Like that was a big event for them.
Well, I mean, so I mean, I was born in '88, so I mean, I'm
Yeah, you're a
37.
millennial.
But, but the same sense is, I was raised as a Gen X person.
Yeah,
So,
probably so.
like, you
Cuz
know what I mean? Like,
it's not a
because
smooth line.
I feel like really, I feel like anybody that was born and like actually grew up in the '80s, like like I mean in the '90s and shit. Like I feel like they're on the cusp of it because like
Yeah.
there's that blend. Because
You're like an older millennial.
I remember life without laptops and computers and internet. I remember having to go outside. I remember, hey, you need to look. I can remember my teacher. Hey, how do you spell a word? She would go. She'd spell out dictionary. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
ours would
Or
say like, "How do you think it's spelled?" And then we tell them, and then they. Of course, I never had a problem with the spelling, but other people, and then they would correct them. They would like
or
help them get to the right spelling from whatever they
or
thought it was.
or we would have to use when computers come out. We are allowed to use them to type our papers. That was it. Like all research had to be done through books and all that. You had to use like the World Encyclopedia
Oh wow,
Britannica.
that is Gen
The
X. The
Britannica.
card catalog,
Exactly. Yeah. Like like I remember doing all that shit.
microfiche.
You go into the library and hey, you gotta look up something. So you'd go look in the catalog. All right, this book's in this spot. All right, go boom, get it off. You know what I mean? Or this subject's here. Like
Oh,
I
here.
remember doing all that.
Let's see. I'm not going to share this online, but somebody just sent me this charming thing that you all could take a look at if you want. This is life as a YouTuber. faced with angry, hateful leftists. That's the kind of drama I'm talking about. When I say that the person with the initials you're talking about doesn't even have to be here anymore.
Well, but I feel like you, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have no drama.
Oh no, I think it's all me at this point. Like all you, like I said, this is people doing their mental health therapy, and once you become an avatar for whatever their boogeyman is, like all you have to do is make somebody not like you and make them think you're an asshole for whatever reason. You kick them off, you talk to them in a certain way, anything, and then you become the demon, and their demon comes out in response,
So, I mean,
and
I
then you
guess
can
it's
see who the true demon is from there. It's projection. So it's not really a thing. Like it happens. The lady that did Andy Warhol, and the one that did Reagan and John Lennon. It's that kind of crazy stuff. They get a some kind of psychotic fixation about a person because they have a complex to begin with, and then they get obsessed and they don't stop. So I think Joe may come up. He's on a call right now. I lost my fifth grade spelling bee. I cried. I ran off the stage and I ran back into the classroom and I cried. The teacher had to come and like calm me down. Um, because the prize was a Mickey Mouse watch, and I wanted that Mickey Mouse watch so bad. I worked so hard. I had my heart so set on it, and I knew how to spell. And the word was Columbus. And for some reason, I spelled it with a capital L instead of a capital C. It was like a brain glitch, and I thought I had spelled it with a C. And I was like all proud after I spelled it, ready for them to move me on to the next one, and they said that is incorrect. And my whole world like shattered.
here
I'm like,
comes the rain, Jeff.
no,
Here
it's
comes the
not.
rain.
Is it raining?
I'm getting ready to.
Oh, let's look.
I can feel it. I can feel it in the air.
The
I got
Maine
mist on the
rain, rain in
windshield.
Maine.
Right, it's supposed to be like 75 on
And
Sunday.
so once I realized they weren't lying and I really did say it wrong, they told me how I'd spelled it. I'm like, no, I didn't. I would never use a capital L. And then I just looked at everybody and I started crying and I ran off the stage. And it was in the gym. The stage was in the gym. And then I ran back into the school building to the classroom. Oh, Abe, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. It's okay for today because it's a small audience, but I want to do a little more gatekeeping with the server link. So if
Who
people
the fuck
message
is
you,
Abe? I keep hearing everybody talk about this Abe. Who the fuck is Abe and where the hell did Abe come from? And don't
Honest
say his
Abe,
mother.
I thought he was from your drama community.
I mean, I see him pop in there, but I don't know who the fuck it is.
I don't know who y'all
Look,
know and don't
look,
know. I
I
just know
just know
y'all
in the
all came in
circle of the
together.
drama community, but I don't pay attention really
Well,
to what the fuck's going on. Because I know usually it has something to do with Mike or Banana or, well,
but
now
you
it's,
participate in it sometimes,
well,
so you pay attention enough to do that.
Well, I participate in it enough to, because I mean, when you get on YouTube and all you see is 1,000 fucking video clips of Mike, it's kind of
Oh,
hard
I
not
know.
to.
That's
You know what I mean? Like, dude, I don't even have to sub to these people now. Like, it's in the algorithm so much that Mike pops up. Like, that's, I mean, that's how I found you. It's because all the shit of Mike being over here
oh my God, that's
popped up on my
probably.
fucking feed. So I
Yeah,
was
I
like, who the
worried
fuck's
that a
this guy?
third of my audience might have found me through Mike. But I mean, I like a lot of the people that showed up.
Hey, I mean, as I said, I wish I would have I would have stumbled across this first. I mean, I can't say nothing. I've met some pretty decent people through the community. Like, you know what I mean? That's not up on panels and shit like that, people I chat with. I mean, I don't private chat nobody. I mean, Tabar, I've had a few private messages with Tabar, but other than that, there ain't nobody fucking outside message and shit.
Yeah, me neither. Other than Discord,
Like,
most
I'm
of my
on Discord,
relationships
but
with people are what you see on stream, or sometimes we're watching stuff in in the back of
No, I take
Discord.
that back. Robert Ruiz. Out of everybody on YouTube, I don't know if you've met Robert yet, but Robert Ruiz is probably I've become closest with him since I've been on YouTube. Cause like
I've
he's
never
a
heard of him.
veteran, I'm a veteran. Like I
Oh, I didn't
check
know
his
you were a veteran.
like if I haven't heard from him for a while, I'll message him. Like I knew he was going through some shit, so and I hadn't heard from him or seen him on YouTube, so I fucking gave him a call. Of course, Maine time and California time, I always forget about it. You know, East Coast time, West Coast time. So like I called him. It was like 10 o'clock here in the morning. It was only 7. He goes, "Damn, Leggy, you woke me up." I go, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, women's rights. You're correct, and I'm not trying to. I don't tell people what they can say. I just watch what they say and who says what. I don't actually don't want it ever to stop because, like I said, I like people. I like to see people's demons. I want the demon to come out for everyone to see. Because that's the one thing you don't want to do is get in a war with a Satanist and try to convince them that they're the demon when it's actually coming from you. Because the Satanist is going to win that battle every single time, especially one that works in mental health.
Well, maybe in their mind, maybe in their mind.
Yes, this. Thank you. In their mind, that's where so much of this is happening. Oh, cool, Miss Boo. Um, I've started watching Gen X movies in there lately. That's my latest kick. So after this one ends, I'm gonna go watch another one today. So feel free if you ever see us watching things in the video channel, and just come in quietly and go on mute, and then after it's over, everybody usually starts a conversation. Well,
Well, I
stick.
can't help it that Mike. That if I'm offending Mike for not even talking about Mike, I'm sorry.
Right, but there are days when you do you
No,
did.
no. Someone said that I was offending Mike now, so I said, well, look. I guess what he gets offended on, I particularly myself wouldn't get offended on. I'm just saying. That was just me.
Yeah, you're
That
not
was just me.
responsible
But
for his feelings, but if you're talking directly about him about something, then he might have a reaction.
the biggest thing about Mike is he needs to take responsibilities for the things he says and the actions
Well,
he does, and he
you know
always
what?
backtracks and backpedals. That's the
We
biggest thing
have we
about
have
him.
drama court for that now, and I don't know why people think I am the Mike police. I
But
am
you told
not
me I
Mike's
can't. You just
keeper.
told
I
you
don't know
told me
why they think
yesterday
I'm
I
the
couldn't
person
pay
to
to
run
do
to and
money.
tell him all this. I have no like authority over Mike whatsoever.
You told me Mike was excluded from this, sir.
He
You told
is.
me.
He is.
Okay,
He
so
is.
don't say there's drama court because if there's drama court, I will go make sure that I have money in that account that I use for YouTube, and
I know it's so tempting,
I will
but
pay.
I can't do that to him. Especially now. I gotta hold the line.
See, I have an account that I set
I
up. I went
wonder.
and got one.
I wonder how Mike would feel. Yeah, he's in the chat. He can come up if he wants. I wonder how Mike would feel about not participating in drama court, but allowing somebody to come on the channel and vent to me about him. Would that
Look,
like
well, look,
I
it's
almost don't
not.
want to risk that, honestly.
Look, I don't even call it obsession. I just call it. I'm just the. He's the. I'm talking like when I get off here, I could care less about Mike. Like, to be honest. Like, I'm not home taking pictures and making memes of Mike. I have better things to do than that shit. Or videos of Mike.
Apparently there's people that want that catharsis or imagine that it will give them that catharsis. I personally think it's symptomatic of something deeper inside of them. Well, he wouldn't be on the he wouldn't be on the panel. He wouldn't be participating. It would just be like Leggy was doing now, like saying all the things to me of what his problem was with Mike. Which I don't mind listening to people's problems with Mike. I'll listen to people's problems with anything or anybody. I'm a listener. I just do it naturally. But if I'm going to take up my stream time to do it, I want to get compensated for it. Because otherwise, I could be doing content of the kind I want, like the conversations I want to have.
You are obsessed.
Yeah,
Nate,
I
obsessive
think this is
behaviors
sound advice in
when you
general.
think and dwell on it, when you're making when you make videos about people, yeah, obviously if you're in the chat and I see it or you're on panel, obviously I'm gonna comment and speak to you. Other than that, I could give fuck two shits less about you. I could care less what the fuck you do. Like, you know what I mean? Go fucking walk out in fucking middle of a road as far as I care. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I give two shits less what the fuck man does.
me too.
I
My
mean,
only thing
but
is when you're
as
pretending
long
one
as he's
thing
on
to
a
my
panel though,
face.
talking stupid shit, I'm gonna be that person to call him the fuck out on it. Point fucking blank. I'm not gonna be the person making memes and doing it. I'm gonna call him out on it to his fucking well, as much to his face as I can, you know, because it ain't like I live right
And
beside him.
another option, people can make their own videos too. Like if they want to vent about Mike, just make a YouTube video and vent into the camera
Well,
about Mike and
that's what I'm
post it, and
saying.
you'll
Like,
be on record. You don't have to. People don't have to come on my channel to do it. Everyone can make their own Mike response video.
well, I get that, but I'm just saying, Mike, though, when you said that people were targeting you, though, the reason I brought up, and I didn't even really bring up his name at first. The reason until I see he was in the chat, the reason he got brought up is because the drama that's coming towards you. Some of it has to do because of Mike
Yeah,
and
but I don't
the
think
shit
all
that,
of it. I think I've initiated, like I've
not all
provoked
of it.
my own drama in some of these hate people. Like
I
that, some of
agree.
their
I mean,
hatred got transferred onto me for things about myself that have nothing to do with Mike. The autism, the political opinions, my background, all of that. Nothing to do with Mike. So they have a new target now. Yes, lots of mole. That's why I call it reverse mole. It's who's not the mole, who's not the person with the hidden agenda. Just like in Vegas. That's why Vegas, I feel like Vegas trained me so well for this. Drama, this is not on my channel. You too, women's. This is not the Confront Mike channel. I don't know what to do about the drama court thing. Hey, Moose. What's up? We're just chatting. Watch me eliminate it on here. That's a high ticket item. I'm not giving away that for free. See how much people want it right now? They're already complaining on other channels about me asking for money. The translation, they can't come here and do drama for free.
well, I know, but I get that. I get that. But as I said, like as far as you, the people coming at you, a lot of it has to do now, though, because of good old MC.
I don't
Not
think it
saying
does.
everything, not saying everything, but I think some of it has to do because of it. That's just my opinion. But my opinion's like an asshole. Everybody's got one. So I mean, it is what it is.
I,
But all I can say is, I don't know. We need to change
I,
this
and they
subject.
can confront me if they have a problem with me. I'm certainly available to be a defendant. Hey, Moose,
Going on, man? Can
what's
you hear
up?
me?
Moose,
What's
Yeah,
up, Leggy?
Sunday. We need a Sunday smoke session.
our
Okay.
our main
Uh,
chapter.
yeah, man.
We're gonna figure
A
this
main
out.
chapter.
I
Y'all
told
could stream
myself
it.
I haven't done it yet, but I figured out. I think I have the general area that you live. I told myself that I was gonna try to sneak up on you and be like, moose, like and be like just stand there and see if you could figure it the fuck out. But but I didn't. I haven't. I figured that'd be a little bit weird.
Oh, you were gonna stalk him? That's
Well, not stalk him, but I figured I had a
I
pretty
think you
good idea.
probably do know exactly where I work, bro. It's funny. It's
Well, I
funny because,
mean, just from the inside, when I see the ups top, you know what I mean? I see the
yeah.
camera and I see the top of the
we have
store.
our
I'm,
bromance starting.
I mean, I go
Barnabas,
everywhere.
take notes.
I've gone fucking.
Miss Boo, no, it is not okay for him to say fucked up shit in the chat, and if he's doing it, he's gonna get timed out. Where are my mods?
I was at work. I'm sorry.
No, Mike, you're not royalty. Sorry, I meant to delete, but consider that a warning. Don't come over here and start shit in the chat when I'm trying to keep it away from you the whole time. Don't come and undermine my efforts. Jody, if you got timed out, that was unintentional. I did not aim for you at all. Sometimes, if it
It
scrolls the
fucks
wrong way
up.
when I'm going for the button, it times out the wrong person.
Sometimes it does fuck up. I've done it so many times that I hold back.
That's why I really need some good mod. Oh, there's my mod. Okay, here we have mods now. So, Miss Boo, this it is not okay for people, anybody, to say fucked up shit in chat, to instigate, to cause drama. If it's trolling, like we have some trolls now and then that hang around here, and those are fine. Those are our resident trolls.
Well, I hope Leggy comes back because I just pulled up to the house and
Okay.
I happened to see you were live, so I was like, well, I got to see what's going on. So I'm gonna have to say hi to the girls in a minute, and I'll be a few minutes. But what's going on? I mean, yeah, the drama.
Well, the
Let's set the
latest
standard,
is like
right?
people are going around on other channels talking about what do you think about Jeff asking for money now? I'm thinking, what? It's a monetized channel. Like, this is not a weird thing to do on YouTube. So I don't know why it's either they don't have actual drama, or this is about something more than just me
The,
having a monetized
dude,
channel.
it's all about how you react to things. If you react in a way that they can try to make it like manipulate it to look like stupid or funny or they're literally just trolling you. They're just trolling. Who gives a shit what they think?
Well,
Dude,
that's what I'm trying to figure out who the trolls are, because some of these are people that don't seem like they would be trolls.
that's the thing too is like when I came to your channel, like I told you, I was a troll, non-troll, and you treated me
Schrodinger's
with
troll.
respect. So like I came here with respect, and everybody who treats me with respect, I try to reciprocate that. And I fall short. Everybody falls short, But I think by you setting a standard of no drama, bullshit here, uh, regardless of who it is, not even your friends. Like you hold us all accountable to the same standard, and then you're not a hypocrite. And then what can they say other than, hey, Jeff is a man of his word, and he runs his own show, and eventually they'll just stop coming back because what entertainment do they really get out of it anyways? Like I was I was looking, and it's like episode 17 or 18 or whatever, and I'm just like, really? Like at this point, like really? Like I understand if like I get it, it's an archive, it's a history, right? But what if you put that effort in your own channel? Like you would get that shit monetized, you'd be making money, or you'd be making more friends, you'd have conversations with people. Like, wouldn't that be a healthier alternative?
Yes, that is a very good question. I wonder why they're doing that content and not content like this.
I mean, it
I
doesn't even have to
suspect
be
that's
like a
all they could
video.
do. They can't pull these kind of streams off, or they'd be doing it.
And a lot of people are afraid of the same shit that you're dealing with, Having 17 or 20, 100 streams about you, making like funny jokes, putting like things through your neck, all kinds of stuff,
Well,
right?
now
You're
they have
getting
me
it from
mounted
all
on a wall
angles. Now you're
like a
mounted on
deer.
the wall.
Yeah. It's like a hunter's
What
lodge
the?
with deer antlers on the wall, like in 9 to 5, and they have my little face mounted next to
The only thing worse is if they put the moose lodge as like
it.
where you were mounted,
Yeah,
because that'd be fucked
you
up.
might have a plaque up there soon too.
Oh, I'm probably sitting up there next to you. I see. Hey, what's up, Mike? I saw
Hey,
you
What's
just
up,
Mike.
got in.
boys? What's going on?
Bro, hey, I wanted to apologize to you again, man.
Sure.
Uh, because I know I apologized to you before, but honestly, man, I'm a man of my word, and I honestly I keep getting flack for that stream, and
Sure.
I don't know.
The
I
birthday,
just
the
feel
one
like
where
it
he
was
came
fucked
on
up.
for your
Yeah,
birthday.
yeah. I even took it down and all that, but
Yeah.
I don't
We're,
know. I feel like
it
me and
was,
Mike are cool.
we're totally cool, man. Like I said, that was that you. It just kind of got away from you a little bit, and it was just like people going. as they would say, I know Jeff hates when you say spurred, but people were spurred
I
on. They
don't.
were,
I love that word.
you
I
know,
don't hate hate
it's a
it at all.
derogatory term if you think about it. Like if you're
Not
putting
to me.
someone down for some kind of tick or something like that. But I wasn't
I
putting
use it
anybody down. But
descriptively.
literally, you had me up, and me and you were talking. Me and Moose were talking, right? We're like laughing, and out of nowhere, like five people, and it's like, yo, like out of nowhere. And I tried to hang with her for a few minutes, and I'm like, you know what, this is kind of silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Um,
I don't
yeah,
even know how to like handle that situation. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So I'm man enough to admit that I'm like, it was kind of like that Brian
mhm,
O'Shea special where he's
yeah,
walking through the park and harassing
mhm.
everybody. I literally was like, I was sitting there waiting for him to get arrested, and at the
Sure.
same time, I was like, what the fuck do I do with this? Like,
Like you
I
didn't
want
want
to
to lose
say,
the content, but at the same time, what
yeah.
is it saying about you?
The thing, I've analyzed this, and I'd like to hear Jeff or Moose's opinion on this. I've tried to go back and like almost like try to analyze people's behavior because I know you probably do that too, Jeff. You probably go back and try to
I
analyze
make a
people's
fair
behaviors.
attempt.
Yeah, mine is very confusing because a lot of the times, I'm just playing around with people to get a reaction. I don't do that necessarily with you. Even Spike said that. I tell Mike is different when
You
he
were
comes
doing it
up.
in the chat today.
Well, a little bit, but
Yeah,
people were attacking
don't
you. But
push it. It's very
I wasn't
tense
saying,
around here,
but I
like
wasn't saying
Gaza.
anything negative, Jeff. I didn't say anything negative. But so the new thing is this. This is a new thing. They have their little schemes. They'll say, "Oh, he's being mean," and then if you go back, nothing mean is said. And then and now they're making the sock accounts with my uh, avatar saying crazy stuff. Oh, look what he's doing. It's not me. Because if you go, that thing was created 3 days ago.
This is so
Versus
stupid. They seem so
it's
childish.
I don't
they're so
understand. They have a life, right? Everybody has a life, right? And it's
This
like,
is their life.
you could literally do anything. You could do 100 push-ups, you could do 10, you can run outside, you can fucking read a book, you can go to school, you can get a fucking job. You can do anything you want, and instead you're just going to make fun of some random dude on the internet who every single person who ever puts themselves in the public sphere always
yes,
is going to have some kind of embarrassing thing thrown out there about
sure.
them. And you know what? People are people. You guys think that like just because we turn on a camera and get on stage that we're fucking superhuman and like we're not going to make any errors in judgment, we're not going to make any like mistakes. I mean, it's kind of fucking ridiculous.
It is, and Moose, what it is, and I'm sorry to say this, but I'm going to be honest with you. Not you, like not this is not directed towards you, but there's a lot of mental illness in this sector. There's a lot of mental illness. Their obsession, their rabid obsession, and their hatred, that's not normal. I didn't personally do anything to these people. I'm a YouTube character. I'm an actor on YouTube.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
If you paid $100, if somebody paid 100 on your behalf, would you confront somebody? Like, would you want to confront instead of be confronted? Because it sounds like you have some stuff to get out too.
You're talking about physically, or you're talking about just like
No, no,
online?
on stream, like 101 with like some of these trolls.
I can talk to anybody, but the problem is that it goes left quickly. It's not going to be a conversation.
Right.
It's going to be basically,
Well, it's going to be
yeah,
moderated. There's definitely going to
yeah,
be a system of back and forth and making sure people have equal time to say their
yeah.
piece and stuff. But
Listen, man. If
I didn't
somebody,
want you as a defendant because I don't want people
sure.
coming up here attacking you.
Well, the thing
But
is that, yeah, go
if
ahead.
you had somebody you wanted to confront, that could be maybe be an option.
I think the only thing that confront these people is my God, because I think and I'm telling you this: if someone comes up on panel and wants to talk, and it's amazing that I'm
That's what
not
I'm
even
doing.
on.
That's where I'm
Yeah,
going with this.
it's amazing that I'm not even online and people are talking about me. They're talking about me on like 6 or 7
Yeah, they're
different
doing it to me
channels.
too now.
Yeah, well, join the club because you
I,
create. That's the thing.
I'm in the comments section too
It's like
now,
John
Mike. It's
Galt.
like
Yeah,
I'm just an extra around here, right? And
yeah,
I'm still being talked about. And it's like I I've got history too, Mike. I was over on the Paul Enslaved Network for 2 years, and we were doing a good thing, right? And then one day I asked him to rip me really hard. I said, because he really goes in on some people, and I
sure.
wanted him to do it to me to see if I could take it. And over like a couple months, he kind of broke me down, and all that negativity and stuff. Like I fucking lost it, dude. And like I ended up becoming a lol cow because like I left and started my own broadcast, and people came over to my broadcast, and I did a 48-hour stream straight,
Mhm.
and all the people from his broadcast came over, and the people that like bitched about Paul came over there, and I let them bitch about Paul, and so it just made things worse, and it was just like, man, it was, I don't know what to say, man, but I've been on your side, and
Sure.
I just don't see how anybody would want to be treated like that. Why would they treat other people like that?
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
definitely hypocrites because there's far worse coming from their side. They think Mike is worse than Chomo and violence and mocking people for the things about them and etc. They're bullies.
Yeah.
They're
They
way
did.
worse than what I've
And
seen
this
from Mike.
and this is the
Because
thing. And this is the thing.
the little nitpickies they find from Mike from years ago, when they stack it up to the stuff coming out of their sector right now, it doesn't even compare.
And the thing is that if I wanted to be petty and if I wanted to make videos, I've had people, channel owners, say to me, Mike, you want to create some bomb videos? You could probably get monetized. You could probably get money. Like, let's start attacking them back. I've had people come at me, and I'm like, I don't want to do that because I don't want to go. I don't want to do like they do. I don't want to. I'd
But you
rather let
do
them.
though. You doing it now.
No, with words, but not with videos, not with
Oh
videos
right,
and
yeah, yeah.
altering their looks and making them. And like the thing is that they're then they put the sex toys in my hand by my face. It's like it takes a very sick person to sit in front of a computer and
Oh, sorry.
coordinate all this weird
Yeah,
stuff.
I think so too. I think these are very sick people. I think so too.
Yeah, but I got to say something about what Moose said. Moose said, "Well, why don't they focus their energy on their own channel?" This is what Moose said, and I love it. I love it, Moose, because you hit the nail on the head. Why don't they focus on their own channel, Moose? Because they're not like me or Jeff or you. They can't hold the conversation. All they know is hatred, rabid hatred. They can't open up a panel and just freely talk about anything going on in the world. Sorry, I'm not trying to yell at you guys. Freely talk about any important topic that's going on. So Jeff will come on, he'll go, oh, well, and this is the news. Or I'll say, Jeff, man, what do you think about this, and this? And we'll just freely talk about random stuff, right? They can't do that. It has to be, did you see what Jeff said?
No,
Did you
he's
see?
not. He's attacking the
Yeah.
people that don't have channels that come and attack other people. He's not attacking all people without a channel.
Not at all. See? So did you see what he said? And then, well, Jeff said this, or Cerrone said this, or look at Moose is doing. Okay. But what are they doing? They're doing 10 times worse
Yeah, I
by
know.
just making money in the
I've been
world.
featuring it. I've been calling it out and identifying it.
You do it in a way where it's informative. So that's the thing.
Yeah,
It's almost like
I was an educator. It's
yeah.
the
Yeah.
educator in me.
And it's funny because people think that I get really mad and angry. I don't get mad and angry. Like I just get very boisterous, but I don't let people mess with my friends. I don't. And Jeff, when they try to talk bad about you, I don't allow it. I'll snap. I'll jump all over it. I'll do it. And it's amazing to me that people have no loyalty. I've never seen more two-faced, backstabbing people. Now, you and Moose excluded. They're friends, and then 10 minutes later they're enemies, and then they're
I'm
friends
getting a
again.
taste of it. I am.
I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, I have.
And
Like I said,
yeah,
Vegas,
yeah.
other
So anyway,
places, the gay
I don't.
community.
Yeah, I don't mean to overtalk, the narrative, but
Well, we're gonna move on anyway from the topic, but I
yes,
kind of wanted to have a meta conversation about some of the
sure.
drama in general.
Sure. You're never going to
There's
solve
not
it.
loss. You were missed last night, believe it or not. People were actually asking, "Where is not loss?"
So Jeff, the bottom line is this: you're never going to solve the drama problem, but you have to
It's
mitigate it.
solved right now because it's pay for it. Any more drama talk, pay.
Let's go. Let's fight.
So
Someone come up and fight me right now. Someone battle me.
if you want to pay 100, you could have an hour to vent.
Let's battle me
Dude,
right
I'll give
now.
you that. A vent $100, you can vent for an hour. Otherwise, I'm going to hold you to the same standard.
Jeff, can I tell you one thing though? Even though it's a lot of stress and a lot of anguish, I've learned a lot from this whole thing. I've learned a lot
I have to.
about myself and about other people. I've learned a lot. So maybe there's a positive takeaway with all the insanity, but you do learn a lot about your actions and yourself and the way that you react to things. And I wish I would have reacted better to a lot of situations. I wish I would have, but I'm only human, man. At least I can admit that.
I think it has amazing potential for
Yeah.
helping improve social relations, mental health, etc. Because of that learning potential.
But Jeff, you have to admit, I can admit that. I
Jody,
can say,
this is the stuff people get timed out for. The personal attacks are over. The
yeah,
drama. You're not his teacher. You're not his Karen. Whatever you try to do here, it's over.
yeah,
If you want to confront me over it or somebody else and they agree to it, pay me. Otherwise, you're going to get banned if you keep it up.
yeah. That's a new account. That's a troll account, but it's okay. It's all good. I already looked into that account. I know who it is, but yeah, they have like 6 or 7 coming
All
up
right.
right now.
Over. Done.
Yeah,
Chuck, come up and change the attention if you want.
yeah.
I do. I'm talking about the Panelverse in general, like all of the drama
Mm.
and conflict over the last, not just this one, just in general. It's a way to
Yes.
experience and observe conflict in a way that like I can't really do in real life because it doesn't have that archive feature where you could go back and learn and other people can comment and you get that crowd-sourced feedback, etc.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, here's the rub. If you're trying, here's the rub. So you want to be better. You want to not engage in nonsensical, not stupid stuff. You don't want to get pulled into some schoolyard argument. But the problem is that if you don't engage, then it's not entertaining. So it's almost like when you're running a show or a panel, a little bit of drama is good. But the
Yeah,
bad
that's why I
part,
call this drama light.
Mhm. The bad thing is that it goes from 0 to 100 in a matter of seconds. That's the problem.
But
And
that's
that's
on me to manage.
yeah. Well, sometimes you can't because sometimes you might think it's funny. Sometimes you
Oh,
might
I
think it's
can watch. Look, I can always manage.
yeah.
Look, easy. I wish other
Yeah.
content creators would learn it.
But the one thing I did learn about this whole thing is that there's very few channels where the owner can just have a conversation, like literally just spitball about the weather, about hey my new car, or man I remember one time when I was dating this one person. What I'm trying to say is that someone that can create content and just have a conversation. It's very rare. A lot of these channel owners are, and then they're reviewing your information. Does that make sense? All they're doing is reverberating. But now, have you
Yeah,
done
they're
it? You've
bottom
done it.
feeders on other people's
Yeah.
content.
But you've done it. But you'll also add new content, and you'll add like commentary to it. Like in other words, it's an actual show. But there are so many people that sit there and replay other people's shows. It's like, dude, you're not creating anything. So go ahead. I'm sorry. I think it's very, very low class to just basically replay someone else's hard work that they made. Because making
I
these
don't mind
streams,
if if
yeah,
I'm the only content somebody else has, like
yeah.
what an impoverished life. Let them have that little crumb, I guess, if it
I
gives some
made
little
this.
light to them.
I made this. It's funny because about a year ago, it was about a year ago, year and a half ago, I left YouTube for like 2 or 3 weeks, and people were like, "Where's Mike? Where's he at?" It's like, yo, imagine if I left now. Like if I just left completely, and it's just like people just keep talking about me, you, other people, and it's just like it's not that important. Your life does go on without us. I'm sorry that you want to be the cool kids, but it is what it is. Um, but I find it fast, Jeff. I find it fascinating that people will talk about me or you or other people 24/7 when we're not there. I've never seen anything like it. It's like a guilted lover. It's like someone who's in love with
Yeah,
you.
we are looping now. Yes, we're done. We've talked about this. This is a loop at this point. We
All right,
know all
all right.
this.
Let's
We
switch it
know
up.
all
Let's
of
switch it up.
this. It's been
Let's switch it up.
archived over and over and over.
Let's switch it up.
All right.
So what else? What else you got going on?
I'm about to go watch another movie. I've been on a Gen X movie kick. I'm gonna go
What
watch
movie you
Drugstore
watching?
Cowboy.
Drugstore Cowboy?
Yeah, we watched Slacker, Wild at Heart. I'm gonna do Drugstore Cowboy. Pump up the
Wild at
volume.
Heart.
Grifters.
Wild at Heart. Um,
That's the David Lynch movie with Laura Dern and Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
And he's
Yes.
kind of like
Yeah.
the archetypal Gen X hero. He's kind of based on an Elvis character, but more edgy and rebellious. And he's male as protector, defender, provider, aggressor. And Laura Dern is about like if we want to talk about female fragility. Oh my God! Like why doesn't he just lock her in a mansion and keep her indoors? She does not seem capable of handling anything for herself if there's not an adult or him around to help her. She's just
Yeah.
helpless and innocent, and I don't think she's weaponizing it or manipulating it like a lot of women do. I think she's genuinely. It's a very genuine naivety and helplessness. Like she is just not. She's very intuitive. She knows that there's like bad things going on around her, but she's not really fully aware. She's kind of oblivious, and people protect her from protect her innocence, and so she kind of knows things are going on, but she doesn't really want to always know what's going on. So she finds people that can protect her from that.
It's kind of like ignorance is bliss. It's like, and I knew a girl like that in my
Yeah, she's
20s.
not going to develop into an adult female if she's the example of one of the things like I think when I complain about women that I don't understand. It's that fragility, but a lot of times I see it as weapon. Like I don't buy it. I'm like they're not really that fragile. They're manipulating. But with her character, she really seemed like genuinely sheltered from life and very fragile in a way that she's going to need Nicolas Cage her whole life just to do anything.
Yeah. To enable her to function. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
yeah.
I know what you're saying. But in a way, even though it's dangerous to be that innocent, there's a beauty in that innocence. In other words, she knows no negativity. She just only knows, the positive in her little world that she has.
I mean,
So
it's a dark world. She knows the
yeah,
negative, but she kind of suppresses it, and
yeah.
so it's there and it's happening, but she doesn't fully let it in.
Well, it sounds like that's a good case study. That's actually a good psychological case study. That character, is a good way to figure out people that are sheltered that way. So, but I've seen the movie. It is a very intense movie. It is. It's an intense character. She played
Oh,
it
I
great.
remember Pretty Little Liars. Yeah, that was kind of good. I'm gonna do all that. I'm starting with 1990 because that was kind of a watershed year that started to
Yeah.
define. That's where you can see the line form between one generation or decade and the next. But I'm gonna run through the '90s because '99 to me is the peak. The '90s is the decade of postmodern filmmaking, stylistically and aesthetically, and 1999 was the peak. Like there were so
Yeah.
many. That's when the Gen X cinema peaked to me. So I'm going to go through the '90s and kind of hit the highlights that I think define. And these are just arbitrary selections on my point. These are movies that I experienced back in that day, and they informed me, and they shaped my own Gen X perspective. So it's very, very much a subjective journey.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of good '90s movies, man, and late '80s, early '90s. A lot of really good
Yeah,
movies.
because Blue Velvet was kind of when
Oh,
that was
Blue
the
Velvet
shift, and
was
that was '86. And then it
Blue Velvet
culminated
was
in Twin Peaks, which was '90. Same time, same year
when
as
he was
Slacker
doing
and all that other
when
stuff.
he was doing the nitrous oxide, and he's sitting in
Yeah,
the car, and the Italian actress, I can't remember her name offhand.
Isabella
Oh,
Rossellini.
yeah. Oh my gosh, and he's sitting there doing the Kyle MacLachlan. I think
Yeah,
that was the other lead. What a great movie, scary movie. He was terrifying as a villain, terrifying in
yeah.
that
That's.
movie.
Oh, and the
Yeah.
other thing about Wild at Heart. Oh my God, Willem Dafoe.
Mm.
He's probably the best performance in the whole movie. He plays like the Satan character, the villain, the tempter, the corrupter. He's one of the most delicious characters and probably one of his best roles. Bobby Peru.
Did you ever watch the Prophecy movies? The movie The
Yeah,
Prophecy
yeah, that was
with
good. The
Christopher
first one.
Walken. Yeah,
Yeah,
And then Viggo
But
Mortensen comes in at the end, and he's actually Satan when he comes in, and he's on top of the tombstone, and he's like
yeah,
Virginia Madison. Oh, she was so hot. Oh, she was so hot in those movies. But yeah,
she was in
that's
this like American Gothic. It was some mystery
yeah,
series they aired about 10 years ago. She
yes.
was really good in that one.
If let me ask you this. This is funny. If you did switch over, is there one woman that you'd want to be with? Do you have like a woman that maybe would change you?
No, well,
Like
women
turn you
have been
around.
trying to change me my whole life. Good luck.
Would it be Madonna? Would it be Bette Midler? Would it be,
No,
a famous movie
no,
star? Would it be somebody
no,
like
no,
that?
no, no. I can't imagine living with a woman.
So then you are truly dedicated. So that's good. Because a
I
lot of
want a
guys be
trad
like,
husband.
yeah, a lot of men that maybe float between the two will say, well, it's got to be Jennifer Lopez or something like that. But yeah, it is what it is. The heart wants what the heart wants, right? That's the best way to say it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome. Good movies, man. You're a movie buff. You're a movie buff like me. I love
Is that a
movies, man.
doorbell?
Yeah, it is. I
Oh,
think it's an Amazon package. It's
oh,
Amazon. It's
okay.
Amazon package. See it. Yep. But yeah. Are you jumping off?
Yeah, I might. My plan now is to do like an hour or two, and then a movie, an hour or two, then a movie, an hour. So I want to keep that Gen X flow, streaming flow going.
Well, give me 2 minutes. It's the Amazon guy. I think I have to sign for it. I'll be back.
All right, that sounds good. All right, here, let me. I'll bring him back with. I don't want to make sure we don't see any packages that are not from Amazon. All right, I think I will wind down. Um, I'm gonna go do another movie and then do Drugstore Cowboy, and then probably come back on. So I'm counting the movie time now as part of the streaming or community building time because hopefully that starts to take off too. We have some good times in the Discord. Oop. His, he's in the back frozen. I'll wait for his connection to come back in. Oh, thanks, Abe. I'm trying. uh, I think I want to really focus on the Gen X stuff because that's what I'm
Oh, you're
realizing
doing
is.
great.
Oh, hey, Mike's backstage frozen. So I'm
Yeah, it happens. He'll be back.
all right. All right, you made it home.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm running up and down the driveway right now.
Oh my god, this is. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's like radio, but the host and the audience can see into each other's lives. So it's not just like listening to talk radio.
Yeah.
It's
It's
the
crazy.
next dimension.
It's crazy. Like back in the day, like people were in a studio with a bunch of soundproofing and you know, there's a big old microphone and it had like a chain and an arm the size of like an
Like the
assembly
Howard
line.
Stern studio.
Yeah. And now you could just grab your phone and be like, all right, I'm streaming.
Yeah. People make entire movies and albums with their phone now that you used to need a studio to do. You could do on your phone. You, you think so?
I'm not saying you have all the capabilities, but I'm saying you have the ability to at least do it without
Yeah.
all that technology.
I think things seem to be moving to the phone. Everything, it's not the laptop anymore. I remember when it was the computer, the tower. Then it became the laptop or the device, the pad. And now it's the phone. Everything's moving to the phone, and they're going to lose me at that point. I can't work a phone like I can work a laptop.
Well, yeah, laptop's so much easier, but I'm not going to carry a laptop outside with me.
I might have to, or at least a pad.
You're going to do it like while you're like walking in the park.
Well, I did that 4th of July parade with my phone. I need to get one of those sticks that Talcott has where I can stick it on the end of a stick and still have the headphone and the microphone and not have to worry. Because my whole focus when I stream is on holding and aiming the phone and keeping it from falling out of my hand. And that's why it helps to have a co host to help do the chat, the comments, to kind of keep the conversation going. Because I can't really see anything because I'm just aiming
That's
the
funny.
phone.
Someone says is Moose drunk. I'm sitting over here running up and down the driveway with my
He's
daughter.
breathless.
Weird. Weird. People are so weird.
I know we're drunk grifter. Everybody's suspiciously high or drunk, or grifters, or a troll, or a mole, or dishonest. There's no good faith here in the panelverse, and that's probably healthy. I want to encourage that. Be suspicious and skeptical. Anybody can be a troll waiting to happen. All right. Well, Wombat, you're just in time to watch me wrap up, I think.
Yeah, I think it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds like she needs daddy time, too.
Yep, I gotta go.
So,
So
okay.
you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in Discord and the
You too,
next one.
Moose.
And
We'll see you on the next one.
for all you people who think that donating a little fiat currency is grifting or unacceptable, I don't think you've ever been to the movie theater or done anything that requires someone else to entertain you. Usually they get paid somehow, and a little dollar or two goes a long way. So give it to them. Peace.
Thank you, Moose. Peace to you. Hank, what you got to say?
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what I can use my talents for. Because I don't, there's no good faith in the panelverse because a lot of people just flush it down the toilet. So I pretty much have to press them. In fact, right now I'm having Laura's review the man letter I sent to some pseudo king just so I can verify that wasn't blackmail for sure because they're starting to write bigger checks that their butt can't cash. So.
Wow, so
So
it's going offline?
I'll take it offline because they're just making them. They're making stupid threats, so that I'm going to be in trouble because I won't share my toys with them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep upping that ante because I just want to show them that I'm serious. You don't want to play this game with me.
Do they know about Drama Court?
I didn't. Probably, and I'm going to go drama court, and I'm going to go with like a private arbitrator too. I just so.
Well, keep us updated. Oh, well, we have Joe here too.
Hey,
Hey, what's up? You look different. You're at your coffee shop, I see.
yes. The lighting is definitely different. I just glow in the lighting here. Um, yeah, I wanted to hop in sooner, but then I had a call with someone that I had to go over because it was a very productive call. Um, so yeah, well, I was talking about the Nexus, right? In chat.
Oh, yeah, like way back, an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, no, yeah, we definitely got a lot
But
done in
yeah,
that
we
call.
can do Nexus. I like Nexus.
Well, it's interesting because I remember the word I had used to describe you was like nucleus, but then um, you know, use a similar word which was nexus, which I actually think sounds better. Plus, it's a
Oh, I
better
thought that
pun.
came from you. Because I usually use
Oh,
Node.
I said nucleus, but maybe you remembered it as nexus.
Maybe so.
Uh,
So,
but
little,
in which case, I think it's a happy accident because, like, for
yeah.
branding purposes, you can say like the Gen Nexus, right? Gen X and Nexus. All right.
It
So
sounds
how
like
would
a
we?
pharmaceutical company or product. Like it should come with side effects.
Well, we're at Kevin Bacon level connectivity. I'm I'm not. I wouldn't make a special case with Nexus.
I think everybody knows everybody at this point. We're all a
I'm
handshake away from everybody.
pretty
Oh, take
close.
care, Abe.
I said no. But yeah, and I think that's something that's like, who else is like a streamer that has like a very specific focus like you do
Jack
in this
Talcott.
instance?
I don't feel like I have a too specific of a focus. I
Well,
find it more eclectic than some of the more focused streams. I guess it's relative.
yeah, maybe. You know, it is a bit eclectic in a sense, but like you still have the whole like, um, you know, men's health, peer counseling, framing for it, and a lot of what you do still fits into that, right?
Yeah.
Like, uh, when people say like, just noticing examples like where people say like, oh, I have to say this way so that I have to talk this way so that people will think I'm being respectful. You'll say like, no, you don't. You don't have to do that. And you'll like tell people like, you don't have to put yourself in situations that make you uncomfortable or that are unfair to you. You know, you're kind of always a little bit in that mode for folks, right?
Yeah, I guess
Um,
self empowerment more than anything, which goes back
yeah,
to the Satanism.
yeah,
Autonomy,
and
self determination, individuality.
yeah. So, um, but yeah. Anyway, like I
And
know
Gen
some people are
X.
just are streamers here who may, I don't know, maybe they're just streaming, like they just say, "Hey, I streams on, guys," and it's kind of like just hanging out with their friends. How many of them are like treating it like a business, though?
I'm trying to. Like
Well, I know
it,
you are, but how many like other people in this nexus are? Would you say?
um Flow State is trying to capitalize on it.
Okay.
Speakeasy runs Verbal Combat, which he monetizes. Um, Jack Talcott is kind of like me. He has a coaching practice in tandem with his channel. I'm not sure if his channel's monetized, but I think he's
It
trying to make
is.
some sort of living
It
through
is
this.
monetized.
Um, Kane's Catharsis, I know, talks about. There's several of us that. There was one other person. Oh shit, we talked about on the stream the other day that want to see like get this seen as a valid career. Like being a YouTube creator is a respectable career profession. So there's some of us that have talked about embracing having a YouTube channel as an authentic form of employment or authentic profession. I just can't remember specifically right now who the names are.
Denizen probably. I think he takes donations.
Or it wouldn't be him. I'm not saying he's not one of those people, but he's not one of the ones I was thinking of.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Um.
I would say a
Yeah.
good
I
25%
Yes,
of people I
there are people
interact with.
that are trying to use a YouTube channel as their primary source of monetization or income.
okay. And what do they normally talk about usually? Like, what are the kinds of things they cover?
Flow State's kind of like a general drama panel, and he has this menu where you can mute people, kick people out, change people's names, fuck with people, interact with the chat, etc. Speakeasy does verbal combat, which is blood sports. So he'll put different topics, and then people will just go at each other and rip each other apart and make it as dramatic as possible. And he has a menu
Wow.
of things you can like get two people to do a one-on-one, and the loser, the audience gets kicked from the panel for the rest of the night. You can mute people. You can buy people off of the panel. So if like they don't want Mike on a panel, they could pay $100 and he'd eliminate Mike from the panel that night. So people do
Oh,
things like
wow.
that.
Interesting. Mike must get muted a lot then.
Well, I'm using him as an example. I don't think he goes on verbal
Okay.
combat actually.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But if I had that same menu on this channel, that's the person that they would probably use it on.
Okay, makes sense.
I'm just not big on monetizing censorship because I'm trying to have like having conversations here are more important to me than people getting their drama impulse out.
Right. So the way your monetization works for the drama is like it's not censorship, but it's like if you want to have like some dedicated attention to what you want to discuss, then that costs money.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
it's not what I want to discuss, if you want to hijack what I want me to bump what I want to discuss for what you want to discuss, then you have to make that worth my while.
Gotcha.
Flow actually pimps people. I have been pimped out by Flow State before. Me and this other guy, he had us do complete strip, show some chest, take our shirts
Really?
off
Okay.
for super chats that were coming into him.
Did that actually make money?
Yeah, yeah, he made money, and I was happy
Oh
to help.
wow.
I was like, yay, I'm getting pimped out. It's helping make money. This is cool. Well, no, we can't. How do we pimp ourselves on your channel? You were auctioning us. But yeah, I was happy to help. That's why when people come on this channel and yeah, I'll confront this person for a super chat. Drama, actually, you must have missed his story of how he met a girl from watching this stream and talking out loud, and she overheard his part of the conversation and came up and talked to him about it.
She did. Yep. Um,
we,
and this is one of those chatty coffee shops.
this
So
sounds like victim blaming.
mm, yeah, flow state. That's some nice edge there.
But he's
Save it for
not
your
completely
channel.
wrong either. We were all getting creative that night.
Shameless is saying because of my headphones that
I don't have a problem with that at all. I said as much on my stream.
victim blaming is wrong. Okay, the
Yeah,
proper term is survivor blaming.
right. Flo, you should come up if you're able. If you want to talk about monetizing a channel, Flow State is the guy to talk to. He's the biggest hustler we have in the panelverse. He is a shameless capitalist. I learned capitalism from him, from watching him be so aggressively capitalistic.
He's not even the most shameless guy. I mean, Benton's more shameless than he is. He'll stop
Oh,
the
right.
show.
Benton will threaten his
Yes.
audience if they don't pay him.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
So
gonna shut this motherfucking stream down in 10 minutes if I don't see $100 in my Cash App right now.
exactly.
And they do it.
It's too bad he can't take cash from international sources because he doesn't have enough payment methods. So
Drama, I'm gonna give you a little mic timeout so you can reset your brain. He hadn't been on the panel for a good 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right. And I need to get a refill too. I will be right back.
Okay.
okay.
Let's see what
But
people are saying.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to use what my talents for because a lot of the trolls here they get frustrated going into me because I'm too spicy for them. So I'm trying. Yeah, but I don't want to go into management because it's just too annoying and people are annoying. So I'm trying to figure out what else can I do with the skill set.
Not Laz. I'm not gonna talk about how some woman I met looked on the stream like this. No, even if she's completely anonymous, I'm just gonna avoid. Would I put a down payment on it? Well, I will say you're asking the right questions. And I gotta say they are good investment funds. So hats off. But I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on this one, or whatever Jeff's version of the Bill of Rights is. Maybe he can make a monetized Bill of Rights for his channel. So drama court is kind of like your right to a trial. I know what you're talking about. Um, if only you could read my mind. No, actually, um, actually, no, I'm not even gonna say actually. I'm not giving you guys information like this. What kind of fool am I to even consider it? I know what you guys are up to. I'm gonna give my very dry takes on the culture war stuff with Jeff, and then I'm gonna stick to my stock stuff. The judge is biased. Here's what I will say. if there is a bias, Chuck, that I have, it's toward redheads. And it's interesting because I didn't always feel that way. It wasn't until like maybe like my mid-20s that I started to feel that way. We've got a wrench supremacist. You're actually
What's
not
up, Big
wrong.
Pimp?
There's a lot of risk management to it, so you are not wrong. And there's an entry price, right? Like how expensive is the date going to be? It applies more than you might think. The bonds pay interest, not laws. You got to work on your pun here. Dividends come from stocks or similar vehicles.
Hey, Flo.
What it do? I
Oh,
appreciate the invitation. I was sort of looking for a reason to procrastinate, and it just fit nicely.
Oh, did we give you one? Do you have
Well,
some?
I mean, you solidified it, right? Like I was obviously on YouTube, kind of rummaging around, commenting. It's hot outside.
Because you're back. You were away for a little while.
Yeah.
What do you have any wisdom to throw at us about monetizing or how to capitalize on a channel?
I'm still trying to figure it out on the fly. Yeah, as long as you got a butthole, you're never broke. But now people, I mean, the content that creates revenue is drama and conflict. Full stop. You might get similar viewer numbers on more serious content or more less gutter content, but people pay to get at people they don't like, or to protect people they feel need protected. But these are the sort of human tribal emotions that come into play with money on panels. So, yeah.
I think the most I would do is like, if it were my channel, thinking like X amount of dollars for me to talk about why Tesla is a bad stock. Maybe the Elon Musk haters would pay to do that. That's
Because it's pure government subsidy.
Yeah.
Everything Elon Musk touches, he's just a government front man because none of his businesses would stand without subsidies.
Yeah, that's a factual. And I'm wondering what I can do with my skill set of troll wrangling because I don't want to go into corporate management because people are just annoying.
That is troll wrangling.
Yeah. I don't want to do that.
Oh.
Yes. That's what I said. I didn't
So
want
you need to find some other trolls to manage.
Have you tried becoming Curious George?
I had the hat on already.
The woke remake.
I'm just saying, like, is ready for a remake. You know how they redid like My Little Ponies when my daughter was little and all that shit. You know, it's time for Curious George to get his revival. This might be your calling. Holy fuck, that could be a good channel.
Wow, that would be
like if you just really leaned all the way into it, that could actually be kind of funny.
And it would get you laid.
Yeah, how much were you willing to bet on that?
I don't know that it would, but you know what? You never know. A little bit of clout goes a long ways.
Successful YouTubers seem to get some.
Not all of them. Like Boogie298 probably didn't.
Probably not.
I don't know who he is. I don't even know who that is. So
yeah, you don't know a lot of things.
Don't.
Hang
what's his name?
Bullshit today.
Boogie298, I think, or was it Boogie299? One of those.
He sucks at closing, probably. Then
what's wrong? He's not that bad. What's wrong with him? He's body positive.
The fuck's that mean? Like fat chicks?
He's fat himself.
Yeah, he's a little rotund, a little filled
Jeff,
out.
I wanted to go over that video again that talks about risk, and then that would be like the second kind of like part two, what we did together when we streamed. What day did you want to do that?
Which one? Which video? The one you had posted?
I posted in it, and then we could kind of like just sort of go through it slowly and talk about it with the chat, because it does challenge a lot of people's ideas about risk. But like risk is like the only thing I would really want to like have a dedicated stream about would be talking about risk with folks. Um,
What's the best time to do it where you think it's going to reach the audience you're trying to reach the most?
Your audience is underwriters and loan officers. You're gonna have a hard time finding a YouTube audience.
I agree. They just don't want to leave work.
People don't turn to
I'm just saying
for
that
stock.
insurance underwriters and loan officers are not coming to YouTube to learn about risk. You're gonna have to package it sexier than that if you want it to appeal to people who don't already know what it is.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just talking to Jeff about it. Like, that's what the main idea would be. I'm still just trying to think like when he would think would be a good time to do it.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to barge in.
No, you
I mean, I
wouldn't
did,
find
but
it.
whatever.
What that's kind of up to you. Like we would carve
What are
out
you
a
doing
separate
Tuesday,
stream
Jeff?
for just that.
Okay. 'Cause
Jeff,
we
does
did that one on.
Tuesdays work for you?
Yeah, I'm on panel type. I don't have days. There's no days in the
All right,
panelverse.
I'll give you Jeff.
There's not
for an
even
hour on
hours.
Tuesdays for $30.
Yeah,
I'll
because
drop it.
I think weekend would be good, just because
Weekends are 50.
what
We have one tomorrow
we have one tomorrow.
or
Well,
Sunday
we can do another one, a
Short
dual
notice
stream
is
tomorrow
60.
then,
for like an
and
hour. And
yeah,
then
for like an
a
hour.
Q&A.
Yeah, that'd be easy.
Well, I guess just coordinate it with me tomorrow, and if you want to
Okay.
set up a title or
Well, I
description
can
or a certain
coordinate it with me.
thumbnail, I can mark it with too. You could do that
All right.
to
Sounds
set
good.
it
Yeah,
apart
let
as
me,
this, like a special stream.
yeah, let me work on that then.
In the meantime, we have Drama Court. That is our current source of monetization. Me asking for money. If
Has
you wanna do
anyone done drama court yet?
Nope. Mostly because they want to do it for Mike. If I would let Mike be involved,
I don't-
I'd be stacking it right now.
Why aren't you doing that then?
Because I choose not to.
What about Moose?
It's a
Moose
judgment
gets,
call. Yeah, they can do it for Moose.
Ask me for
Moose
advice.
gets as much stuff as I do. No
They
one's
can do it for Flo, Hank, me, anybody.
Y'all don't make any sense. If
All
you're-
they're doing is renting the
There's
space anyway.
principles about like how the money comes or what sort of content that you produce. Like I sort of feel like you do. Like you're kind of ticky tacky about what you will and won't monetize. Then you got to just be straight up asking people for money, right?
I strongly agree with Flow State.
Well, I have my little tip jar out.
Yeah, but people, it just becomes white noise. I'm just saying.
Well, we just do it like every hour. Someone will remember to put money in the tip jar.
Yeah, but even like he said, even that's going to be white noise. That's why I don't really promote much because people know that the options are out there.
Yeah, but they forget about it. You got to bring them back. People get in habits. You know, I was listening to you earlier while I was with my phone in my back pocket while I was dragging shit around the yard, right? Like I'm not thinking about your fucking Cash App.
Body doubling.
Oh, I got a new trailer. I need to make space for it.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's why I'm mostly I plan to do the membership tiers, and then I have my own services that I promote. So the super chats, the memberships, that's just kind of to keep the channel going. You were paying Jeff to be in chat?
He brings all the bitches.
Well,
No, I've never.
I'm trying to think. Do I want him here or not? I would almost pay for him to go away.
That can be arranged too.
No, I'm not. Wombat, you misunderstand the purpose. I'm not trying to move the product. I want it to be product that stays on the shelf. I want it to be as underutilized. It is a way to keep the drama off the channel. It is not a way for me to make a profit. I'm trying to profit off of my mental health work.
I don't even know what drama court is, but like I'm definitely open to taking that if there's profit to be made there. I don't care about mental health. Mental health is a conspiracy theory.
Oh, it's a real thing. You can
Pushed
see it
by
on this
men with
panelverse every
cars.
day. You can
Well,
see
I still
mental
don't
health
know.
at work or not.
I don't need a good example of someone who's mentally healthy still.
I think that everybody on the panel verse is actually fucking insane. Do you ever just like take a step back and like observe the dynamics? Like, as a new party, we're all
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Yeah, I'm still.
You have antlers on, Jeff. I see you wanting to
Yeah,
push
but
back.
I think that slights actual insanity because there are some people that come on here that are actually in like
Um,
probably borderline psychosis.
Yeah,
yeah,
every day I'm considering just stopping it and just playing video games.
that's so boring.
You can't. There's this Hotel California.
Yeah,
There's no.
you've graduated as
Tommy's still trying to leave.
Tommy.
Yeah, he can't get from under his roof.
Oh, right. Now, combat. What I meant is that's our current like. So if we have a menu with a product, that's the current product on it. But it's not. It's not intended to be my main. That's a side dish. It's a delicacy, really. But that's the only thing that I have set up currently. That's any kind of formal monetization structure. Is what I meant. And Shameless has this comment on underwriters. So it basically says you wrong. You're wrong. Y'all can
Well,
fight about it in a drama court.
that's not true at all. Underwriters absolutely go to and have a diverse array of places to get info from. Yeah, I used to be a loan officer, and if I saw any underwriter going to a YouTube video to learn about what their fucking job is, that would be an issue for me.
Yeah, this is what we learned that in
So
school.
sure. Yeah, I mean, everybody gets information from all sorts of sources, but I assume that when Mr. Accord is talking about risk, he means that in the RMA, risk management sense of the word, right? That's pretty niche
Yeah, be
and
like an
professional.
accountant to start.
Right?
It's like an accountant or a lawyer to start out with. Then you could go specialize in
Most
underwriting.
people don't know what risk management is, right? They don't have any idea that that might be something they'd be interested in.
Well, fortunately, we're doing a stream on it tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be sharing a video that was made by Howard Marks about it.
As long as it's not copyrighted.
No, he
Including
publicly uploaded
copyrighted
it
music.
to the internet. He wants people to see it. He's doing it to promote his fund. That's why he's doing it. It's his marketing.
Okay.
We're helping him market. So he'll be happy that we shared it.
What do I get out of this?
A lot of people, I don't know your guys. This may not apply to them, but a lot of the free music people, it's a way of sowing seeds, right? And then if they catch a YouTuber that blows up with their songs on it, then they get to kick in the ad revenue at that point in time. So for a lot of these people, it's fishing.
Well, I'll just clear it then. I'll just go ahead and clear it. Most of the time, you can clear it in a bundle.
Yeah, that's why I'm so nervous about copyright.
Yeah, like the type of investor he is, he wants people to be less risky. So he's doing it because like he wants to perpetuate that mindset, and it helps promote his fund that he manages.
Yeah,
He writes articles with like his own scholarly opinions on things about how like lower interest rates creates an environment of more risk, and it's which I also shared in the server.
but yeah, I know enough about copyright how to just avoid getting hit. It's just people like Neil Jack don't, so he
What
just
happened
gets
to
it all the
him?
time. Well, he likes to stream stuff that's obviously got a content ID on it.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah, a lot of
that-
people are risky with that.
Sometimes, you may have noticed when I'm on other people's panels, I just sing little songs randomly out of nowhere. That's because I'm copywriting the fuck out of your streams when I'm on.
You could come. Well, after hearing you sing, I'm very worried.
Well, if you're singing it and you're on my panel, I assume that's permission. So
This is my song from 10/4/24 on Gen X Jeff. My name's Taylor. Okay. Got it.
yeah, I'm assuming that's permission
Not
since you were
worried at
literally
all.
here doing it yourself.
Uh,
If we need clarification, that's fine.
Well, I guess I'll end the stream and go take a break then.
All right, I guess I'll watch porn.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
you can do
too.
that.
I'll
I'll be
go for a
watching
run.
some Gen X movie in Discord that might or might not have
Oh,
boobs
you
in
should
it.
watch that if you saw that recommendation. Chaos on Netflix is pretty dope.
Chaos.
Yeah, it's a mini series. It's got Jeff Goldblum and yeah, it's dope. I
That,
kind of like the Greek
oh,
mythology.
KAOS. Let's see.
Yeah, KAOS.
A common connection to a prophecy in each other. Ooh, gods of Greek and Roman mythology. Wow.
See, you lit the fuck up.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's good.
I'm gonna check it
Uh,
out.
all right, thanks for having me up. Salute to the chat.
Thanks for
Good to
coming
meet you,
up, Flo.
Flo. Good to meet
Give
Good
you.
Flo money and give me money.
Yeah.
I'm asking for money. Please send me money. If you hear rumors about me asking for money, they're all true.
And
I am.
and whatever the fuck drama court is, if you need a place that's drama friendly, that won't judge you, that supports you with your drama needs,
Go,
non-judgmental environment, very welcoming. You can be free to leave at any time. That should be the norm. We like to foster a mental healthy environment, right? Where you can be dramatic. That's flow state. So
right. If you're looking for a good, I wouldn't say quality, but drama channel, Flo is definitely the channel. I send all my drama to Flo.
I also have more sexual content than most panels. I say
Yeah,
so.
more straight sex, like heterosexual.
I mean, it's gotten gayer than I've been comfortable with at least twice in
Who's
there.
making it gay?
Mostly Mr.
I mean, I
Pie.
don't even go anymore.
No, mostly Mr. Pie.
Oh, is it?
It's a little zesty when
The
I've got
straight
naked
guy?
dudes all over my straight. Like I'm a straight guy with a bunch of naked dudes on my stream, but thank God for, thank God for, I guess Lindsay's carrying the team.
Well, you have Jeff to rally all the bitches.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Thank
you have
guys.
quite a little racket. That's good. Bring Jeff to your panel. Pay
I
him
actually
to
haven't
bring the
seen him in a
bitches.
minute. The last time he came on the panel, he came on and he was with his neighbor, and I don't know if they were both shrooming or drinking or what, but they were so fucking annoying that I think I was kind of short with him and his neighbor. But
I can't imagine that.
yeah, no, I know. But he had to know what he was getting himself into. You don't like one Mr. Pie is one thing, but two of them, right? If your neighbor is just like you except fucking louder, and you're both on shrooms, no, you're gonna get talked to.
Yeah, who would? I would never go to your panel or even the panelverse on shrooms. That's trauma for life. That's potential trauma for life.
I haven't done shrooms in probably 15 years, but like everything seemed daunting, right? Like going outside of the apartment was like, whoa, right? I'd imagine I don't want to come talk to all you fuckers.
I don't go out on shrooms. That's a sit in the dark at home drug.
Miss Boo, I'm glad to have you. You won't regret it. It'll be your favorite channel.
Yeah, I'm serious. If those of you that like drama, this is a drama sanctuary, but I'm not anti-drama, and there are some good drama channels out there, and Flow is definitely one of them. So if you're looking for drama, if you get that charge from drama, give Flow a watch.
I can't figure out if you get some sort. You have a weird relationship to drama.
Mm-hmm, I do. I've
It's
been
like you
immersed
like
in it my whole life.
right? It's like a little bit of seasoning or something. But
Yeah, it's that little Cajun spice, or that neuro spice, some people call it.
most people do. Drama is sort of like it's a lifestyle drug, right? Like most people
Right.
you don't ever do.
I'm just I'm like a weekend user.
Yeah.
Because I get off on the nerd stuff too, so I get my endorphin. Drama's not the only thing I can get it from.
Yeah, your nerd stuff takes an empathetic turn that loses me.
Well,
I
water
can
at its
nerd
own
out
level.
intellectually, right? Like psychology is a very interesting thing, but I don't know. I can't rub feelings with people that long.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Except for Moose.
What is Moose doing? I thought he was in bed.
All right, I'm out of here.
He's being a good mod. He's doing what I asked. He's modeling demon troll. Moose is our. He's gonna end up being our lieutenant or something.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get in on the monetization too. It gets like a commission.
I want to. I would love to get Moose on were the team. And Frank too. God, I wish we could recruit Frank back.
Isn't he the
He
guy
would. I
who's
would make
making
him
those angry
instantly
comments?
head troll, huh?
Isn't he the guy who's making those angry comments?
Yeah, that's our troll. He
Okay.
was our
Okay.
original. When I first started the channel, he stopped by one day and started to troll, and we hit it off right away. He's one of my favorite
Okay.
trolls ever, and he just kind of kept coming. He said he gave me the highest compliment. He said I get my best trolling here. I do my best trolling here. I'm going to Jeff's,
Wow. Okay. That's him. He seems like
and he
he's like
kind of
genuinely
became our
angry at
resident
the
troll,
channel.
and he would harass all the new people and kind of jump them in a little bit and give them that outlier feeling. But he could take on any of the trolls that show up here. I mean, he could
Mhm.
just like just eat their wigs for dinner. Just snatch them right off.
Yeah. All right.
Power
Cool. Well, this
mongering
has been
midget.
good, Jeff. I'll message you tomorrow morning about when we want to do the part two for the stream.
Do you want to do it on your channel?
We could do like a combined stream. So maybe
Like,
I could
have
like
you
get it going. Maybe I could just get it running first, and then you join mine, and
and I could
um,
stream from your like you could host it and
yeah,
then I could just restream it to mine.
because the one I did on Wednesday with you, I streamed to my channel as well, and I did that as episode one of my Coffee and Stock series. So
Because that's another way that I've gotten a lot of growth is when somebody with a larger audience comes, like if Flo comes to my channel and streams it back to his audience, then his audience discovers my channel and subscribes. So
yeah,
if I go on your channel and stream to my audience, all of my audience will discover your channel.
yeah, and
And it'll be part of that nexus, a way of hooking it up to that nexus.
yeah, we want to get more exposure to folks. 'Cause I don't expect people to have as much money as a loan officer does, but I don't think Flow State is correct when he says like only they have to work on risk management. That mentality is what keeps people from getting financial independence. You have to be willing to put your money up to make it work for you, and that comes with risk management. And it's true whether it's 1,000, 10,000, or 100,000 you put up. Doesn't matter how much it is. It's the same art of risk management. So that this next video will help us break the ice on that and get people a much more clear-minded understanding of what risk is without really overthinking it. That's the biggest problem. It's tremendously overcomplicated in the world of finance because it makes experts seem more important than they are.
I predict much overthinking somehow.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, probably what I'll do, depending on how my night goes, is I'll wake up in the morning, do a morning stream, and then I want to try to get in a movie. I'm getting my flow down, so maybe afternoonish, like mid afternoon, late afternoon.
Okay, that works because I'll be doing something in the morning too. So
Okay, yeah, anytime in that window, just let me know. And then if you set it up on your channel, and it gives you the link, you can just send me that link, and I can promote it on my social media. And I could,
Yep.
if you give me the StreamYard link with it, I can go to StreamYard and set it up to start on my stream as well.
That makes sense. All right, well we got a plan. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna hop out, Jeff. Good talking today, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay.
All right. Thanks for stopping by. Take care. All right, everybody. I'm headed to Discord for Drugstore Cowboy, another Gen X movie about drug addicts who turn to crime to feed their addiction. They had a lot of, I guess every generation has its noir, but the noir genre seemed to really feature a lot in Gen X or have its own memorable Gen X versions. It's Gus Van Sant. I'm just trying to see if it's his first or not. No, he did one before that in 1985 called Mala Noche, which I don't even think I've seen. Walt, a gay store clerk, and two young Mexican boys Interesting. I'll have to take a look. But meanwhile, I'm going to go watch Drugstore Cowboy, and then I'll come back for another few hours. Hang on 1 sec. All right. Once. All right. I'll be at Discord, everybody. Thanks a lot, and I'll. Yes, yes, he is. Thank you. I just remembered. I love that part. And Naked Lunch. That's another one I probably need to add to the list. So, Gen X Marathon continues in Discord. The Gen X Film Fest. Yes, it will be. I'm starting with. Hang on, real quick. I'm starting with 1990. I'm throwing in Drugstore Cowboy from '89 because it's Pacific Northwest. It's drug related. It's grungy. It's very Gen X, and I haven't seen it in years, so I'm going to see how it holds up. But Gus Van Sant, Richard Linklater, David Lynch. Later on, what's his face? Not James Cameron. Cameron Crowe. Probably a few others. Those are kind of our generational directors, and kind of like the John Hughes of the '90s. And so I'm going to make my way through the canon, the Gen X canon, because I'm trying to like solidify Gen X and see what wisdom I can draw on to offer this next generation. Because in many ways, I think we were the first generation to kind of go astray, and the other generations followed us. So if we can kind of shepherd them or guide them, at least the millennials, and then they can pass it on. Anyway, okay, I'm going. Take care, everybody. Bye. Raise hell. Stay Gen X cool. All right.